Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As first and foremost, if you're new to the channel because of this video, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button so it lets me know. It actually helps like a small content creator like me go a long ways. But if you've been a part of the channel, kind of wonder where I kind of fell off, I haven't had motivation to film, and it's not a lot of because motivation to film in general. It's just because I'm busy in my life right now, so haven't had time to just turn on a camera and do anything. But I'm not killing the channel by no means. I still have videos coming later on in the future. Just right now, kind of on a hiatus, and then we'll get back to it strong. But I want to talk to you in general about Pokemon Go, and I know that I'm a card channel for TCGs, but Pokemon Go was a big part of my life. It was a big part of my life in 2016, just like everybody else. We all ran out to almost hit by cars and trees and all that fun stuff because the game wasn't like really cleaned up at the time, but it was a new experience. And like everybody else, kind of fell off. And then I had come back to it later in 2018, and I took it really seriously. I grinded out to get to level 40, which was a huge accomplishment for like anybody who played that system back then, because XP wasn't given out as easily. You couldn't do the remote raids to gain XP to that fun stuff. But today Niantic dropped a bomb that they're essentially trying to kill remote raids in their vision, that they want people to go back out and play the game. I think this is going to be one of, if not the hardest nail in the coffin for Niantic when it comes to this game. And I'm not going to say that this is the lingering problem. The lingering problem comes with Pokemon Go back in 2019. So up until 2019, it was good. You had a good formula with raid systems. The nest rotated out. They really incentivized you to go out and play. But when they hit their $1 billion, they quit caring about the player base. They kept on recycling stuff. Made the game stale. I'm gonna tell y'all, Kyogre, Lugia, Groudon, all the birds have been released 20 billion times, if not 40 billion times. And it's as a player that was playing for competitive and shinies and just trying to complete the decks, because I don't care about PvP. Like, I respect PvP for what it is, but Pokemon Go's PvP system did not entice me to play the game. And I also feel like that was one of the biggest killers of this game, because what made the game fun was going out experiencing with your friends, catching them shiny Pokemon, catching them new exclusive Pokemon that you can never see, that you can only have if you went and visited an area. Like, I really rewarded you for traveling and playing, where now they just throw it out in an event, or they throw it out in a raid 20 billion times, or now with the remote raid, I felt myself, the remote raid system was just one of the most uninfluential things to the game, because it made the game easy. It made it just that you would sit at home and just made it dull. Just made it another game that you sit there and sink a bunch of money into to play, to not enjoy the experience of the game itself. But where I also, on the same side, support the remote raid system is Pokemon Go has failed its community when the lingering problem since 2016 has been the gameplay for rural areas. They have failed to make the rural area gameplay enticing. It gives no reason for a player to go out and play, especially like if you're living in an area where like your closest town's like 20 minutes away. Well, if nobody cares enough about going 20 minutes to play the game, there's not going to be a community. And the ones who want to play, you don't want to travel 20 minutes to play the game. You give them no reason to go out and explore. A bunch of dull areas, no spawns, no rares, nothing to like chase for to make the game enticing. And they failed that. And I feel like they really dropped the ball when they did the Harry Potter game and brought the new aspects of the Harry Potter game in and give it like a clean overcoat and give it like a new map. They did not do that for Go, and I don't understand why they made so much money and didn't reinvest it to make Go a better experience for years to come, because it's not going to be a better experience for years to come. Now, I may, in 2 weeks, regret everything I say on this video, because they may go through there and have a clean overhaul. But the fan base is tired. The fan base is extremely wore out on their decisions. Their decisions do not entice the player base, and that's where the problem with this game is coming from. It is all paywall. Okay, let's talk about this real quick too, because when I got to 40, a lot of the 40s were like begging for a level cap up. And then finally they released the level cap up when they felt the time was right. but the level cap up is paywall. It is you had to play for so long, pay so much money to obtain them levels. I am going to tell you, it is sad at this point in the game that I am a level 40, but there's level 50s who are probably, if you know how to like break down raids and break down DPS and that fun stuff, them level 50s are not level 50s by play experience. They're level 50s because they pay so much money for the game, and it's just a cash cow. And the remote raid system was a great way for that, because you could sit there and grind them things on your credit card if you chose to on a lucky egg. And with all the friendship bonuses, it made it easier. Now, you did have to do a few things to get out, like go spin a stop or whatever, but the game is just so pay to play, and it's so pitiful. Now, granted, I know somebody can like debate, well, the game's always been pay to play, but the boxes were always so good. The boxes enticed you to get out and play. 20 raid passes, all these incubators, for $8. So you can literally get 3 to 4 days of play for $8. I mean, you're going to spend that on a fast food meal, but now it's just anything you're doing, you're having to shove so much money into the game to play it. And that's where I feel like Pokemon Go and the Niantic company is really filling its player base. And this is a lot of reason why you're going to start seeing Mystic 7 and Zoe 2 Dots and them strong Pokemon Go influencers come out against this, because it's a voice that needs to be heard. And I think that anybody who plays this game or loved this game at one point should be talking about this, because they're filling their player base. They're getting rid of remote raids. I do kind of keep up with the code sometimes, because I'm just kind of weird when it comes to that. There was some codings that was saying that they could lock just regular raids and 9 raids a day. That's so pitiful. At this point in the game, there should be raids all night long. And I mean, what about the people who had to work? You don't consider them in that. The events are bad. I think this. I hate to say this, but I think this might be one of the final nails in the coffin for Pokemon Go's popularity and or existence. I felt like they had a really great thing going to Harry Potter game, but it died too soon because nobody really wanted to play Harry Potter. They wanted to play Pokemon, and them not taking that formula and giving Pokemon Go an update and then listening to the player base. I just think that this is what's going to hurt the game. And I don't want to look at this in a negative aspect, because I've met so many great people, and I have traveled areas I never figured I'd travel because of the game. But the saying goes, the end of an era. I think that Pokemon Go is probably going to be at the end of the era. But yeah, that's just what it is, guys. Like I said, I know that this isn't like some of my normal content. This is just like a kind of a rant video. But if you enjoyed this, please consider hitting the subscribe and like button. Like I said, it lets me it helps me grow as a small content creator. For my subscribers, I haven't given up on y'all. I've been just taking a mental break. I do have a really cool thing planned that I think that y'all might enjoy. I had started this workout program, and I think that I want to vlog, or I want to go in and detail a workout one day when I know that there's not a lot of people in a gym, and I don't have to worry about somebody getting offended with the camera in there. But I think that's going to be a little nifty project for y'all. And who knows, in a couple months, I might be back on the ground with some Pokemon stuff. You just never know. But anyways, guys, y'all have a great and amazing week, and we'll see you on the next episode.
I've been debating and contemplating it. I guess that I really felt